Beirer, we're here in Lommel. Another weekend, another race for you, but it just looks like you just love it. Wherever you are, you always seem to be enjoying it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I love racing. That's since I grew up as a kid. I came in contact with racing through my father, and it just stayed all the time since that day. And it's so great to be after being a racer, also still involved into racing and working now for KTM. But yeah, I love racing, and I'm really happy to be on a racetrack on Sundays.
You were talking to Joel Smets there, and I just saw the video you put up on Instagram. I didn't even know you raced a 500 GP, and you were battling him in Germany. So from that, which must have been a cool experience on a 500 to race Joel, who was king of that class, to now working with him at KTM.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday I came here, and then I met Stefan Everts, who was such a great competitor, and just a guy better than me, and always the guy I wanted to beat. And then also Joel. We didn't race a lot together, Joel, because he was the 500 guy and I was into 50s. Mm-hmm. And but sometimes if there was an international race, or like my wildcard GP in Germany, we could race together. And he was a tough bastard on the track. And that's also why we like him to be our team manager, just to give this commitment and the fighting spirit into the boys, how to grow up. And because motocross, something is very clear, there is no shortcut. To succeed in motocross, you need to work hard, and of course that's something what we try to bring into our young riders from the very beginning, and that's also why it's so cool to have Joel on our side.
And before we move on to the team and stuff, how did you find the 500 Honda? Did you enjoy riding that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, in these days, when was this? I don't know, back in 1997 or something. I grew up as a kid watching the 500 two-stroke. This was the premium class, and then you have these great guys like Thorpe and Malherbe and Geburs, and this was like the dream team there, fighting in the same team for the 500 title. And so it was always a dream to ride a 500 two-stroke. Mm-hmm. But in my era, the 250 became the premium class, and the 500s were a bit pushed on the side. So that was always sitting in my head. So whenever there was a free weekend and a wildcard possibility, we have put together a bike during the week with my mechanic and just went for a wildcard GP. So it was a great experience. And I was the guy, as a kid, I was loving 500 two-strokes. But it was just not the premium class when I was ready to compete for the top 3 in the world. So yeah, was something on my checklist to do, and I'm happy I did it.
Yeah, it looked cool. You looked fast as usual. So just moving forward to now, Red Bull, KTM in general have had a very difficult 12 months, I guess. Were you worried this wouldn't affect the teams? Obviously, Supercross and American Motocross there, MXGP and MotoGP. Was there any risk those teams would go away or significantly shrink? Was this in your head?
I mean, the company was in danger. So if the company is in danger, you don't need racing at the end if this goes wrong. So for sure there was risk, and there was a lot of pressure for us in the factory, but in the whole company. We had to put the racing emotion on the side for a couple of days back in November and say, what can we do to save this company, to save this fantastic company, which gives work to thousands of people, and gave us also this platform for racing. I'm working in that race department since 2003, and we were just building and building and building, one class to the next, going to US Supercross in 2012, taking it really serious together with Roger, and so many things have been done, and then you saw everything in danger November, December last year. That was really a tough moment to go through, for me the toughest ever, like to get this experience that we need to secure our baby. And at the end of the day it happened. Our CEO, the Mr. Neumeister and the team, they gave everything to save the company. Our main shareholder, Bajaj in India, he was really the man at the end to give all the safety we needed just to restart. So it was a very bumpy road, but the great news is KTM survived. And so the last promise we had to bring in was we will start production again on 28th of July. That happened last week. I was there. Very emotional to see that the first bike came off the production line again. So this restructuring process is over. The company is up and running, And the missing part was, of course, production, because if you go racing and you save the company, you stabilize it with the owners and everything, but still there is no new income from new and fresh bikes. The biggest part is missing from the factory. We are there to produce motorcycles. So this was really emotional and really nice to see that the last check was done. We are back in production, and now it's still not yet. I mean, it's not that all our problems are fixed. So the really hard work starts now to repair the damage and make KTM super successful again, like we have been more than 30 years. And that part was done. But then I have to thank all the race teams all around the world, because I asked them their trust. I said, we're gonna fix it. Stay there, work hard, let's go and win races. Because the positive news, or the only positive news about KTM, was actually racing results. In January, we won the Dakar. We went to win Supercross races. We won a 250 title. So started MXGPs, winning GPs. So it was such a consistent, positive vibe out of the race department. I hope this could give a signal to the rest of the company and also all our customers around the globe. KTM is still there, but I'm really proud on the race team globally, what they did in this period, because also nobody had a really safe future. They just gave trust in a couple of guys in KTM, where we said, let's go guys, we're gonna fix this, we're gonna repair this, and we're gonna be there in the future. And I'm impressed. Like, our team stayed together, the people stayed on board, they gave it everything, and we are leading most of these important championships for us. So it was a big journey, but it brought us as a KTM family closer together than ever. And now I'm really looking forward into the future, because now we are ready to go again full gas.
Have budgets been affected for signing riders going into next year, or has that not really been affected?
Now we went already last year in summer, when we saw the market is difficult and then stuff. We got already kind of warning, hey guys, take care with your money and use it efficient for what you need, but try to get away the extras. So what happened globally, we reduced the number of riders already from last year going into this year. Trying to keep the champions, trying to keep the contenders who can win a champion, try to keep the potential young ones. But the moment that we had like 3 brands, and then you need a factory rider also for 3 brands in 2 classes, sometimes you make a compromise, and the guy can get 8 or 10 in the best case. So that's the riders we said, okay, we cannot have anymore. So it's really champions, potentials, or the great future guys. So we made this kind of reduction already. We downsized the global operation, but always got the budget and the money to continue to develop the bikes, have the best bikes and the best riders. So I feel we are slimmer, but we had to do it under pressure, I have to admit. But I think it makes us even better and stronger, because we sometimes did things which was already too much. So I feel we are more focused, and so no, I have a great budget, and we still can get the riders we want.
So moving over to America, Chase Sexton, you signed him for the 24 season, and he said in an interview with the Adam Cirillo, Justin Braden podcast, I think it was, that a week before Anaheim won last year, he was afraid to go through the whoops 20 times in a row. Fast forward a year and he wins Anaheim 1. So can you talk about the progress that you made with him over that 12 months?
Well, I think it was definitely great, because he was scared from the whoops on our bike. Where I want to say, I think it was not that bad like he was telling us, but we always want to have the honest truth from the rider in our face and improve the bike. And especially Roger, Ian, and the WP guys in USA, they turned the thing around upside down so many times, and at the end we had a better bike, and that's what's racing all about. I mean, if the rider is not happy, we need to work day and night until the rider is happy, because racing results at the end you only get if the rider is confident. If the rider is not confident, you will not have the results. You cannot say, this is a champion, I pay him a lot of money and now he has to bring the results. This is not how it works. So you need to try to give him a confidence. Is it always possible? No. Even if we try as hard as we can, sometimes it's not possible. But this is what's a promise in our camp. We try every rider to get him what he needs to perform. And with Chase, it took a while, but maybe also too long for his patience, but still, while he was not so happy, he did still great results. So it was really on a high level. But then when I saw him going through the whoops this year, where we many times even catch lap time on the best other riders in the whoops, I feel this was a big achievement for our side, and what's all about. The bike became better, and we learned from it. And so I think we have a really strong package also going into the future.
How is Chase to work with? From a media side, he's always really honest, whether that's press conferences, maybe that's not always great for KTM.
That's fun for you guys, right?
Yeah.
If he's so honest. I would prefer sometimes to tell us first before he tells you guys. But it's okay. It's okay. You know, the boys, they take the risk. They have the pressure. They go in a stadium full of people and they need to perform. Everybody can see everything. They get ripped in pieces if they don't perform. So they need to unload sometimes, and it's okay. So you know, you can also not. You guys are with us every weekend, so you find out. You know, we cannot make you any stories. So at the end, if the rider is not happy, we have to make a better bike. It's quite simple, and so I'm okay. Let them talk. I hope also they talk when the bike becomes better to tell us, okay, now we achieved something. So
he has really. He's good at both. He's honest both ways. You know.
He's a great guy, and he makes us as a team, as a bike, look good, and so that's all okay. We want the truth. We want the truth, and we want to make the riders happy. That's our target. That's why we have so many passionate people. Now we are here in the Ducati camp, and I feel the guys we have around the world, starting with Roger and Ian in US, and all the teams. We want to make riders happy, and if riders are happy, the bike is good. That's it.
So Chase won the outdoors last year, which again was a turnaround in itself from Supercross. Came so close to winning Supercross this year, and then had the crash at Hangtown. Took a wee break. There's rumours he's not going to be with KTM next year. So how has your 2 years with Chase been for you? There's been big highs and I guess a few lows.
Yeah, you know, there has been highs because there is a championship, and if the low is just not winning a championship, it's not really a low. You know, you're still performing against the best riders in the world. So with him, we were in the hunt for championships, both in Supercross and Motocross, and we could prove it's a premium project with a premium rider, and he's strong. I mean, just now how he's coming back from his injury,
he can come back really quick from
an okay race, and then the next race already winning. So he's a very strong rider and a strong body. I mean, physically very fit. So prototype of a great racer.
On the SMX Championship, he still has a chance to win that. That's a new championship. How valuable is that to KTM now, even though it's very young in its life, really?
Yes, but I might not make myself super popular, but I think the season in US is too long for the riders.
Okay.
So doing a full Supercross season, doing a motocross season, and then the SMX series, it's just too much. And then we still expect them to come with the best riders to the Motocross of Nations. It's a calendar what is, for me, overloading stuff and riders. And just look how many riders make it from the first race in Supercross to the last race in SMX. So the riders take their break, but they have to break. They have to take the break by taking an injury.
Chase mentioned he felt he needed a break after the pressure of Supercross.
Yes, and that's why I don't think it's normal that a rider gets a break only if he has an injury. I think every sports season has kind of a beginning, a high and a low, and then some time off, and then you restart again. So I feel we need to talk there to the promoters and AMA and the industry, really to make a calendar which is doable for riders, because we want the best guys on track. We don't want them at home and then winning somebody else because another guy is injured. So I feel there we need to react. We cannot go on like this and just have half of the field at home and then just fill up with other riders. So I'm not satisfied. I don't know about other people in the sport, and it's not. I mean, you know, I love to see our guys on the track. Yeah, we have the team. We pay the riders, so we have marketing when they're on the track. Don't get me wrong, but we also need to make sure we don't burn these fantastic guys. I mean, all of them there.
And you've lived it because you were a rider, so you know what it takes.
Yes, and I feel it's just too much. So, and also to restart this kind of Supercross style straight after motocross, you just saw the guys last year who have been injured and not been in the season, but then preparing already kind of Supercross style for the last 3 races.
Yeah.
They came out swinging.
Yeah.
But if you do a full motocross season and you just go down, you're not ready for Supercross. The team and the bike is not ready for Supercross. So to squeeze that in after an outdoor season, I don't feel good. I feel we should have a break and restart the season in January. That's where we all want to be. This is Anaheim 1 is the first Supercross, so that's where we all want to be, and that's where we all want to be with healthy riders, but also with the recovered stuff and bikes and thing. But yeah, I don't want to make it too big of a story, but it's my personal opinion, and if I get asked, I will tell you.
So Anaheim 1, the rumor is you have a legendary rider coming to KTM next year. Signing, negotiating with high-profile riders. I know you were talking to Chase. That level of rider in America, are negotiations difficult with them, or have you found it fairly straightforward to deal with riders of that caliber and what maybe their demands are when they come and whether they're training with Allen or not training, all that sort of thing?
Every rider is a bit different, you know. Like some they want to leave the business to the manager and not be involved at all. Some other guys want to sit on the table with you, which is still the preferable situation. At the end, we want to hire the rider and not the management. So it's a wide range of having really crazy negotiations and then really the old school negotiations where you sit down with the rider, you find out the salary, the money, and you shake hand and then it's done.
Okay.
So we get the full range. Okay. I don't want to name any. I don't want to but I prefer the old school. I prefer to have a rider with us on the table because we want to hire the rider and we want to give him the money he deserves. And the competition will tell you where is the price level. But then at the end of the day, we also want to see in the eyes of the rider if he really want to be with us. So I prefer a bit old school in that way.
So if the rumors are true, you're bound to be excited about next year with KTM in the US?
I'm always excited. So you won't get the answers you're trying to build up your story for. But we have fantastic riders now, and I'm sure we're going to have fantastic riders also next year.
Moving over here, we just saw Lucas Coenen, 18 years old, almost leading MXGP, a few points behind Roman Fevre. You've raced World Championship for years, fought for world titles yourself. Can you explain? I almost think, as good as he's doing, it's almost a wee bit underrated about how brilliant he's been this year. The maturity and the speed combination has been jaw-dropping, really. What are your thoughts on what he's been able to achieve?
Wow. I have no words. I mean, the boys, the family, the commitment from the father, it's really outstanding. I mean, if you have young boys on that age, on that level, of course there must be a father behind who gave everything. Otherwise, you don't have them there. So he did many things really right, and he made them work hard. So they are committed. They are ready to give everything. And but we support them since many years already. But to have these results at this stage was never expected. It's definitely not. The expectation was never there. That Lucas would be in top 3 this time of his first rookie season in MXGP. I remember the day when Claudio Di Cali told me, hey, the guys are sitting here and Lucas want to move up for 50. What do you think? I was a fan of the story from day number 1, so didn't hesitate at all.
Well, you were happy for him to move up?
Yes, because I was feeling the potential for that boy. But never like that. We thought, okay, if he comes in this year, I was sure he can be top 5. I was sure he can put a foot on the podium here or there. But I mean, he's just, it's a level higher than expected. And still amazing, yeah. It's so nice to see it. And so now we need to make sure his brother takes a bit of Lucas also to just calm down a little bit. Where you see him yesterday again going 3 seconds faster than everybody else the first laps, but then he puts the crashes in. No, but they are great boys, and it's so nice to have them in our camp, and we want to give everything to make them successful in the future.
They've long held a desire to go to America. Jorge had that situation Prado, and ultimately went after you gave him the chance last year, but he moved teams. With Lucas and Sasha, from KTM's point of view, are you happy if they stay in MXGP and then go to America, or have you a preference? Obviously, you speak to Ian Harrison about this type of stuff long term.
From that discussion, of course, I have always, this tool of in my body. I love to see them here when I come to Lommel.
Yeah.
But of course, if I go to US, I want to see them also there in the future. So that's also something I think we can offer to our boys. You speak to the same people, and you start in Europe in our junior program. You ride with us GPs, and if you want to go to US, you also can stay with us. So we are totally open. We really want to, but I don't want to make like these long-term plans. They are so young. Who thought that he's winning MXGP races already this year? But they have a clear target. They want to go to US, but they want to succeed first in Europe. So let's succeed them in all quietness. They are so young, and build up a really base. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see them in US very soon also.
America, even when I was growing up in the 90s and you were racing GPs and Stefan was like a huge star here, but it always seemed that America and McGrath Emig of that time, they have more star power, America has more hype. It still seems to be the same now as a brand. Does that create the focus towards America then? Because to win a Supercross championship in front of the glitz and glamour, the lights, the fans, 60,000 fans in a stadium, is that still the biggest goal for KTM, or is MXGP on an equal level in terms of reward for the company?
This is like, we need this all. I mean, this is the motocross world championship, but the guys from the world championship, they look over. I don't know any motocross guy, but by the way, also not one MotoGP guy who is not watching Supercross Sunday morning when we wake up early, because you have to go early to the racetrack there. It's perfect timing to watch the final, like the main 250 and 450. So the whole paddock is talking about it. So I feel it's one community. But USA, if you look to the pure business side, is our by far biggest single market. And when we won our first Supercross race in USA back in 2012 with Ryan Dungey, it has put the market on fire in USA. We could measure that. We can still see the moment when we break through the channel by winning in America. So I think fair enough, the US guys, they want to see us compete in USA and win races in USA to see that we are a premium brand. We won quite many titles in Europe and still couldn't sell so many bikes in USA, but once we stepped into Supercross with the full professional team and started winning, that changed our business case in USA. That's the business side. Emotional wise, we want to be in Supercross, outdoor motocross, and in the Motocross World Championship. That's how we are set up. That's how the factory is in the motocross department ready to deliver factory machinery. That's the team structures we have. So that's full motivation in all of these disciplines, and that's also why I'm the guy in the background. But I make sure every team has its own very special team boss, like not just a team and some mechanics. It's always like somebody with a great history and knowledge of the sport, knowledge of riders, to run each team really on a very high level, and that's what we try at least to do as good as we can, and that's why we take Supercross very serious. That's very clear.
And I was at the first 2 rounds this year. It just has that, the opening ceremonies, the lights, it just has this cool factor that, as cool as MXGP is, Supercross just has a glamorous side that, I guess, I don't know whether it's because it's at night or the lights are on, but it just has something. I don't know if you ever wanted to race over there or anything in your career?
Of course. I'm every year in Supercross, some races, and opening ceremony I don't want to miss, no matter what business meetings I have. I will stop everything to be there when that thing starts. That's giving also me goosebumps. If the whole stadium is kind of emotional, and like the national anthem is coming and
hops off,
and then it's like then it's showtime, and then you look at the boys and they need to deliver under this focus. That's very, very emotional, and it puts that racing really on a very high level.
So just on Jeffrey Herlings, you've had him as, I think even he was 14 in the junior before he went to MX2. You've had him his whole career. There's rumours about next year, but just on him, working with him, the extreme highs and the extreme lows, even this year and the last year. What's it like working with Jeffrey Herlings, and obviously he's the most winningest GP rider, so you've achieved history together in that sense, maybe just not the titles that you thought you could have got with him?
Yeah, he's a very special character. I mean, the motocross world knows him. I know him, and we went through incredible up and downs, and that's I mean, he always got our full support because he was always ready to give more than 100%.
Yeah.
Sometimes too much. That brought him also sometimes to hospital. And but then even there, he just, the first seconds in the hospital, he was talking how he gets out there and how he comes back to the next race. So the determination he brought in and how he was fighting for the sport is just super outstanding. And it's a pleasure to work with this guy. And it's sometimes you need a couple of extra bikes and extra mechanics to come up with this program. But that's what we always did, and he gave it back to us with all his victories. So it's an outstanding rider, and definitely we are proud that he is so many years already with us and won every single GP until today on the same brand. I think this is not. I know this is not there anymore in another time. So he's the only one doing that, going over 100 GP victories with one brand.
So going to your career, obviously you had a big crash. It was 03 Bulgaria. And you told me before you crashed, you had the injury, and as soon as you were able to, you were watching motocross races again, and then you were commentating on Eurosport. You seemed to accept what happened to you really quickly and just move on. How are you able to do that? Because I don't know if that's normal even for a motocross rider.
I don't know. I mean, the mentally, not to give up was anyway in my DNA, also for my racing and training and preparation. And I don't know. There was not a big question mark. I mean, I had a lovely wife at home, 6 months old daughter. So I mean, I woke up after 1 week in coma. Okay, you need a bit of time to orientate where you are and what happened, and then you ask a couple of questions. I found out I will never walk again, and then you're like, okay. I asked the doctor, what can I do? Can I live my own life? Can I drive a car? Can I go work? I said, yeah. If you work hard, you're gonna live your own life, and that was enough for me to say, okay, then let's go. So I never asked what's not there anymore. I just asked them what is still possible. What can I do? And I made immediately the best out of it. And my target was to get out of hospital as just quick as possible. If they told me this will take 6 months, I said, okay, let's do it in 3.
Right.
And because I want to go home, get a job, feed my family, and be there for my daughter and for my wife. So there was it was not too difficult to make a switch and just look forward and move on. And if you ask yourself why I'm also fighting maybe for KTM since exactly that day, maybe even more as a worker, it's because Mr. Beirer came to the hospital in that days and told me, okay, guys, you're going to have a job in our company no matter what. I said, you don't know what I'm able to do. He said, I don't care. I know you enough. You come.
Yeah.
So that's how I got this chance to work for KTM. And if you have like a family, I made some money as a racer, and then you have somebody who gives you a job, you're complete. You should just go again. So I was privileged to have in this negative moment really great people in place, really good friends, a job and a family. So there was not even any moment of doubting if I should just switch on and go full gas. So, and that's what started 2003 and didn't stop. So I'm still here.
Go.
Yeah.
You were so close to winning the world title in 1999. Does that still stick with you, or is everything you've won as with KTM and done in MotoGP, does that fulfill that missing hole at all, or does it drive you?
I hate that day when I lost the championship. Still, yeah. So it's really. I had so many. I raced really professional for many years, but there was really 1 year when I had a shot at the title, and I think 3 races to go, I still was leading the championship. So that was the moment to do it, and I gave quite everything to do it, and I lost it, so I'm still angry about that one, about myself.
And was it Galdorf?
That's old bullshit stories, but crashed at the start, somebody rode over my bike, ripped off the rear brake, and then so too much damage on the bike to make any points. And then I lost it by a couple of points in Butts Creek 2 weeks later. So
Butts Creek,
that was pretty hard, but also that I cannot change, so never look back. But if you ask me, no, I'm not happy about that one. Right. I wanted to win that championship, but of course, my work gives me a lot of satisfaction that I get the chance to work with so many great people, great champions, and just try to do everything we can to win. That's all we want to do. That's how I create our teams, our stuff. Let's wake up and do our best. This is not always enough because there's other great people out there, but we are trying as hard as we can, and that's definitely payback for also being a racer so many years, that you make your passion to a profession even after your career. So I'm still happy with that, and I everything I have here and all I could build up in my professional business was because I was a racer. So I'm still thankful looking back for my career.
The mentality probably bled into this.
I hope it stays somehow. That a racer stays a racer if he keeps on racing.
And I see you on TV at MotoGP most of the rounds. Obviously that's very exciting and the project's still going there, but do you miss being here at your roots more, motocross and supercross?
Yeah, it's but like, don't ask me, for example, what I like more, because what is also so amazing in my work, what I could find out, that these champions and these special people who want to be champions, they are so similar. So if you talk to these MotoGP guys, they are the same than guys who want to become a motocross world champion.
Right.
And then you find US guys, they are so far away. Once you are there, same group, same spirit, same people, and the champion is still a very special character. So I enjoy in the background to see that the thinking of champions and of great team members and team managers is identical. Then they do a different sport at the front end. But of course, coming to the motocross is always like coming home. I did my first laps in Lommel in 1984.
84? That's when I was born.
On an 80cc bike.
Right.
So, it's like, downside on that story is, fuck, we're getting old. Yeah. But no, it's so motocross is like coming home. But I enjoy, of course, this what I just told you, to put the professional work into any discipline and always find out what's needed to succeed in that sport or here or there, and then go on to work and find the best people in the world to be the best partner for our riders.
Finally, I should have mentioned this before, but you're just behind there in front of the red plate, Simon Langenfelder. It feels like he's made a switch this year. Before he could win, but he'd maybe be 1-5. This year it feels like he's learned how to win consistently, and his style is kind of like a Prado Jet Lawrence style. He's so nice to watch, but has something changed in his mind more than anything this year? It looks like he really believes in his talent now.
Yeah, but what's nice with him, you only see it on the track. If you talk to him, he's still this nice little boy from Germany, which we know since many years. And then when you see, first of all, in what nice style he's riding the bike, helping it over bumps, but then not scared to be the first to make a really big jump or clear a section different than other guys. So he has the skills to ride on the highest level, but then being such a nice guy on the other side. But on track, sometimes he's not that super nice guy. If it's time to go strong against another one, he's doing it. So it's really nice to see that he grabs the chance with both hands and is giving it all. And he deserves the red plate really, really well at the moment.
Thank you, Pete. Thanks for your time, and all the best for the future now that KTM's.
You asked for a short interview. This was a lifetime.
That's
lifetime story.
33 minutes, like you.